Hello guys, how you doing today? Um, Welcome to Start with Kings. In today's video, I just want to do a quick recap from the previous video I made, and I told you guys what I was looking for and some few opportunity to make money before the SpaceX goes public. And if you were to pay attention and took advantage of those information, would have been up. Because when I made that video, we're still sitting somewhere around $32. We end up pushing the price almost about $38. And based on what I'm looking at right now, I believe we have possibility to push towards this level of resistance, towards this price range around $43 price target. Then possibility of us pushing to almost $50 will be there. But this is Luna. I talked about this, last week. So if you were to take advantage of that opportunity, I believe you would have made some cash. I didn't really I didn't got in heavily on it. I just went in with just one contract to see how the market was reacting. Then after a few confirmations, with all this rejection week right here, and uh, we end up closing above 36.55 price range. So right now I'll be looking for us to push the price towards the $43 before we get into some quick correction. Then start heading towards the $50 price target, which I'll be looking maybe a week or two coming into next week. And as you guys can see, if you were to get into this play, because yesterday I just got in with just one contract, and we didn't really do much profit because we got in, like I got in just one contract just to see how the market was reacting, just to see how things were playing out. But we end up making, we up almost $44. Sorry, 44%, which roughly almost 200 to 140 something dollars as of today. So all of this is just a play, like return from today. So I'm still holding my position before I sell it next week. When it hit this price target, this is where I'll be taking profit because before the market closes today, I end up buying few contracts. So I'll be looking into next week for us to push towards this 43 price. And another stock that I was talking about yesterday, sorry, in that same video was uh was the Space Mobile. I talked to you guys about this, and I told you guys then we were sitting somewhere around here. This very red candle right here. This was where we were sitting when I made that video. Then I told you guys that I'm looking at some movement towards the upside, and as you guys can see, I was waiting to see this confirmation playing out. So now we've gotten this confirmation, and what I'll be expecting coming into a few weeks from now would be for us to, since we already have a break of structure here, I'm expecting some impulsive move towards heading towards 118, 120 price range before we have a quick correction, which I'm expecting us to, at some point we have to come down, and I'll be looking for next entry for a long play, which will be around $81 price range for us to bounce off this level, this level of support, then push this price towards then my price target for this would be around 170 to $250 before the end of this year. And everything is gonna play more, after the IPO goes public, the SpaceX goes public, next month. But right now, these are all opportunities that I'm just catching up just to prepare for that pullback. So once we have that pullback, this is where I'll be loading up more for me to ride this wave towards 170 to 200 price range. So if you're looking to make money, and because right now a lot is actually happening right now in the stock market, and these are where you can actually make good cash if you're looking for a long-term investment. With $1,000, with $500, with $10,000, depending on your capacity. But So far, I call out this position and we end up pushing almost about, we went up almost 22 dollars in terms of price. Went up almost $22, like $22. So, if you were to take advantage of this opportunity, this would have been a good play for you. But as you guys can see, we're still sitting around 67.94 on the RSI. So I believe we still have possibility to push towards. We have some room to push the price towards the upside, which I'll be looking to get into some puts at this level of re- resistance around 118 to 112. Um, Another opportunity that I want to talk about, because I call a few places, and I believe if you guys were to pay attention, you would have made some cash. I call out this Rocket Lab. This should be one of your first play before the IPO, before the X IPO goes public. Because price target that I'm looking for this is around $200 price range. From where we are sitting right now. I believe once we have a quick pullback towards 114, this will be a good opportunity to play this wave towards the upside to 200 and possibility of us going to almost 250 to $300 before the end of this year. So these are still fresh opportunity if you're looking to make some good cash, on a long play. And all these are based on daily time. You know, as you guys can see, we're still sitting around 68 68.73 on the RSI. So we still have few rooms to push this price towards the upside. I want to see if we can break above this 138 price range. And if we do, then I'll be looking towards about 140 before, we start pushing towards the downside. Then another opportunity that I have for you guys, which I call out this one too. This is Global Express ETF. So this is another play. This one is still fresh since they launched since they went public on the 15th of April, like 2 months ago. This was another good opportunity. If you were to get in somewhere around here, around $48, you'd be killing the play right now, because we push up almost to $70 price range. So let's say you got in from here all the way down here, that would be about 44%, you know. So it's you know, still not too late. You can still get in. But right now, as you guys can see, we have a good volume right here. So the market still wants to push towards the upside. So I believe coming into next week, we have more room to push towards 150 on sorry, towards $100 price range. But 150 would be is my target before we have any correction. So looking at right now, we had this break structure right here on a daily time. Um, this was a break of structure right here. So we had this confirmation, and all of these are just the impulsive move that is pushing the price towards the upside because there's you know, a lot going on within the SpaceX IPO. So I believe we have more room to push towards this 150 before we get into some quick correction. But looking at it, a good opportunity would be for anybody to get in if we end up pushing to 150. Then a good price range to get into this play would be somewhere around 64 to $61 price before pushing towards the upside. And this, I believe, we have possibility to even go up to this 150 is my price target before the end of the year. You know, but since I didn't want to drag this too much, like too far away, so like this is my target at before the end of this year. And a best opportunity to get into this play will be around this level of support, which will be around $60, $61 if we end up pushing having, if we end up having a pullback towards the downside, so this will be a good opportunity for anybody to get into this play, then ride this wave towards the upside. We have a very beautiful volume right here, which I believe, you know, we have more rooms to push the price towards the upside. Already we are on a daily around 7.41 on the RSI, but I believe we still have rooms to push towards $75. And from that price range, I believe from $75, we have possibility to start going into some quick correction or to $80 price range. So these are the two places that I'm looking at right now in terms of to take profit for this. So if you're already into this play, a good opportunity zone to take profit would be around this $80 and $75 price range, which I believe is either we test we come up to either of this level, either 75 or 80. But anywhere around the 75 would be a good opportunity for anybody that is already into this play to start taking some profit. That's me personally, because I'm not here to lose money to Wall Street. So when I see profit, I take some profit. Then another play that I've been talking about for a couple of time now has been I IONQ. I made a video about this, and then we were sitting around here, you know, when we had this quick correction, and because I was expecting this to play out, you know, because we had this confirmation candlestick right here. So what I was expecting was this push towards the upside, which we end up doing. So as you guys can see, we had this break of structure, and we had a correction here, and which we end up bouncing. And somewhere around $48 was when I started, you know, talking about this project, and I told you guys, after I took few profit from this move, because I got in somewhere around $28, and I took my first profit around $48. Then we had this pullback, and I got in, when I told you guys about this. But so far so good. We are still into the play. I'm not yet out of the play yet. I'm still holding my position because I know this one we have more rooms, like more rooms to push towards 80, $84 at some point before July. I believe we have possibility to push towards this $84 to $90 price range, which happens to be our all-time high, on this. So we have possibility to push above this level. That's if we end up breaking this level of resistance around $65. As you guys can see, we came up here and we got this rejection, from here. As you guys can see, we pushed the price, towards this $65.80. And we end up getting, some rejection, and we close around $63. So coming into next week, I believe we still have more rooms to push the price towards $70 and possibility of us, if we end up pushing above this $70, what I'll be expecting should be a quick correction from $70 price range. I believe we might have a quick correction before pushing towards this 84 price range. But me personally, I'm still holding this play. I know when I'll be taking profit, my profit taking would be somewhere around the $70. And so far, I was up almost about $500 as of today. But before the market closes, we had this quick pullback. As you guys can see, after we had this rejection, if I go to like 4 hour time, you guys can see, we started having a pullback a little bit. But I want to see how next week will play out because I believe we still have more rooms to push towards the upside. But if we end up having a quick correction by next week towards this downside to this price range around $59, then this will be a good opportunity for you to get in to push this price towards this 84 to $90 price range. So on this one, I'm still in my position. I haven't sold anything yet. We're almost $500 in profit as of today. But when we had this little pullback, um, you know how the trading life, you know, is sometimes when the market goes up, if you're in profit, it's either you close your position, but based on your strategy and based on what you're looking for, if you're a long-term investor, and you want to hold your position for like a month or two, then um, I don't see any point of you selling it if you still believe in what you're doing. So I believe we have possibility to push towards $70 price range coming into next week. But if we end up having a pullback, this would be a good opportunity for anybody to buy. Your buy zone would be somewhere around here. Give me a second. Your buy zone would be around this price range to ride this towards 70 to towards the 70 to $80 price range coming into like 3 to a month from now. So these are some few plays that I took, and I believe you were to get into this, you have made some quick cash. I don't really trade every day because I'm not a daily trader. Like I'm not that super crazy in terms of trading every day. I'm more into a long term. So my portfolio is more of a long play. Like I still have some of this play, but on a long term, like 2 years, 1.5 year contract. So I'm still up on those ones. But these ones are just play that I just want to get in if I'm looking for, $5,000 before the end of the week. This is how I make my quick money. I get in, I get out, but I don't trade every day. So I've not really done much this week. But coming into next week, I'm looking for more opportunity. And one of those opportunity would be Nvidia. After their earnings, they were supposed to push the price towards the upside, but as you guys can see, we end up selling, and the selling volume is decreasing. So I believe coming into next week, we might have a push towards the upside on Nvidia. This is a price range. If you watch my video, we made some cash around this level, and I sold my position the next day before we even started having this correction. So right now, this will be a good opportunity to get into Nvidia to push from this $215 all the way to almost about 250 thereabout, which I'm expecting us to bounce off those levels after we break this resistance around 236. Then we have possibility to push towards the upside. So when you see corrections like this in the market, these are all opportunity for you to get into this play. And this was a clear indication, if you were to actually understand how to read a chart. So this was our, indication candle. And after that, we had this quick correction, push the price towards the upside. Then all of this correction that we are having right now, this is an opportunity for you to write in coming into next week on Nvidia. Then if we end up bouncing off, coming into next week, then I'll be expecting us heading towards 250, 252 to 255. Um, about 2 to 3 weeks from next week, and that will be almost about 30 $36 up, and which would be almost 17%. So this is a good opportunity. I'm looking to get into Nvidia by Monday. I want to see how the market reacts. But if we end up pushing a little bit towards this 50 moving average, which would be around 212, so this will be a good opportunity, buying opportunity, which I believe we could bounce off this zone. You know, on a very quick time. We could just come bounce off here, then push the price towards the upside. But like I told you guys, I was expecting us to have this correction since we end up failing to push the price after they had good earnings. So a good opportunity would be to buy around this level of support, which would be around 212. So if you're looking to get into Nvidia, this will be a good opportunity for you to buy of this zone. Uh, like so far, that's what I'm looking for. If either we bounce off here or this is where we're already looking to bounce up. So coming into next week, if we open somewhere up here, then having a quick correction towards the downside, then that would be an opportunity for you, like for you to get in to ride this wave towards the upside. And that's all I have for today. But I have two more play that I want to share with you guys before I leave. So if you have like $100, $500, $1,000, this is a good opportunity for you to get in that can actually change your life. And that is one of these SpaceX stocks that I'm looking into. This one is NASA. So if you're looking to, this is an ETF, and this is a new project that they actually went public on uh, on March 31st, this year. So they were sitting around $23, but right now, as you guys can see, we're up here almost about $38. So this is a good opportunity, but right now I'm not yet into this play. But some of my students in my private class, I told them to, that we were looking to push the price towards the upside, and we end up having this push towards the upside. So right now, I believe we could push to almost $35, sorry, $39 before we start having some pullback, which I believe a good opportunity zone to get into this if we end up pushing towards the downside would be around 34, $35 price range for you to actually bounce off this zone, then push the price towards the upside. But my target for this play, coming into the end of this year would be us pushing to almost about, I believe we could push this price towards $150, you know. So $150 is what I'm calling out for NASA. These are new projects. So if you're looking to get in, if you feel like Rocket Lab is too expensive and some other places are too expensive, this one is still sitting around $38. So any correction coming into a few weeks from now, right now, as you guys can see, we end up having a push towards this 39 $40 zone. Any pullback would be a good opportunity, would be $35 for us to ride this towards $50 price range before heading towards the $100. So these are a good play that if you're looking to get into some cool ETF before the SpaceX goes public. So these are one of the plays that you really want to, put in $500 or $1,000, to make money in few weeks coming. Then this is another opportunity too that I'm looking at. So these are main ETF, that they just actually launched. So all these are space ETF since some of us that are retail, traders, investors, we can get into some of the private sales. Then these are where we actually catch just some of the private moves when they actually go public. As you guys can see, we had this break of structure here, which gave us this indication, and the market keep pushing towards the upside. And I'll be expecting a correction towards this level of support around $35. Then before we head towards $50 price range, and I believe this could play out before SpaceX goes public. But right now, we're almost getting to that overbought zone. So a good opportunity to get into this play will be at this price range, somewhere around this $35 price. So if you see any correction anywhere around this zone, that would be a good lifetime opportunity for you to buy off this zone. Then then be patient and wait for the market to push towards your target. So my target for this is gonna be around $50 coming into a week to a month from now before the IPO, before the Space IPO goes public. So $50 is my target, and I believe we could get up here if we have a quick correction because right now we need a quick correction before we could build those momentum to push the price towards the upside. But for now, this is all I have for you guys. And I just want to say thank you guys for liking my videos. For those that subscribe, and for those that are making money, if you actually taking some of this information, believe me or not, you definitely make money. So imagine when this was sitting around $28 and you got into some player with with $10,000 or 5,000 or $1,000. you'll be up like almost about 100% of your investment. So these are small play, ETF, which I believe they have more potentials to grow within the next 2 to 5 years. I'm expecting this to be like Rocket Lab in terms of price, around 150 $200. So if you feel like you've missed out of Valentine, Nvidia, Rocket Lab, and some of this play, just like RVI that I call out when we were still sitting around here, you would have been killing it. So this one we had a quick correction, and I was expecting this correction. So any play towards this level of support, which I'm looking to buy anywhere around this zone right here, would be my buy range for RVI. So any price range right here, but as you guys can see, we had this push towards the upside, and we had this quick correction. Then we had this impulsive move. So I'm looking for another quick correction, and anywhere around $50 would be a good opportunity because I believe if we come down here to $50, we have more possibility to break this all-time high around $77, and I'm expecting this to push towards $100 price range. Um, I'm looking for this to play out before a month from now. So this is all I have for you guys. And if you're looking to make money, any information that I come here to share, that means I've took a lot of time to do research, before coming here to share with you guys. But like I said, whatever I say or do here is not a suggestion for you to buy or sell any of these stocks. I'm just taking my own risks. So whatever I'm saying here is not for you to hold off, to hold or trade any of these stocks. But if you want to, then you should already know I believe you should have your risk discipline, before getting into anything investment. You should know how much you're willing to lose and what looking to make at the end of the play. So right now, what I'll be expecting, the next buy zone will be around $50 price range. Right now, we're sitting around 56. So any price range around this $50 would be a buy, a buy opportunity for me. So if you're looking to get into this play, this would be another opportunity because funds like this, gives you an opportunity for you to buy. If you invest into these funds, when some of these companies, goes public, you can make money from some of these ETFs or some of these funds because they already have access to some of these private sales that we retail investors don't have access. So these are another ways of making money, but you need to know how the game is being played. But anyway, I don't want to take the video that long, but I just want to appreciate you guys for watching. My videos are long, but if you pay attention, this could actually make you more money. But that's all I have for today. I'll be doing some technical on BTC and with few stocks that I'm looking for good opportunity towards the upside. Which one of those stocks that I've been calling out for the past 2 months right now has been this Salesforce. Salesforce has been beaten down almost about 60%, and a lot of people are not paying attention to it. And just like Intel was kind of down for some time, nobody was talking about it. But right now, this is what I'm looking at. So if we end up breaking above this critical level, which is around $203, then we have possibility to push towards 270 to $300. But I'll be doing some different technicals, like different videos uh, on Salesforce and few other important stock that I'm looking at, for a long-term play. But for now, this is all I have for you guys, and I just want to appreciate you guys for watching and have a wonderful weekend.